Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you can get. Hey, let them guide your life towards regret. Never let them get inside your head. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. Tell you what to do in my past is filled with things I won't forget. Everything you know that I've used them all to push me to my death. Let them guide your life, so treat the worst of times just like it's I'll fight for what I love with. If only I could go back in time. I tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like. Find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a climb. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it, get after it, get out your head.
Hey, what's up? Happy weekend. I hope you're staying warm. Currently at the Gulf of America, it is 64 degrees. So everything's going good so far. I plan on streaming tomorrow. If I become a frozen tundra, I guess I won't. I guess we're going to find out. Hello, Dean Teeter, Polly, Rebby, Jesse, everybody. Hi. Happy weekend. My kid's school has already, this is how they handle shit in Texas, guys. My kid's school has already sent out an email saying that Monday school's closed. They don't even fucking around with it. They said, nah, we ain't even waiting. Nothing. I hope you all had a good solid week. Oh, I see a new, make sure you change it from top chat to live chat. I see we have a new friend here. Hold on. Who was I saw? I swear to God, I saw it. Hoot Troop. What's up? What's up? I actually got your stream pulled up on the other thing. I was checking it out to kind of see Watchdog Media. Okay, yeah. We are live on Rumble and YouTube. We're going to be live on both until the after hours show. You know, Tommy goes at me. Hey, look, if it's just regular protesting and stuff like that, we can air it. But if it's like the type of stuff that Tommy says, I got to close down to YouTube. Did you watch my shorts that I've been making? You know, I was making one today, but the day got away from me. I'm probably going to make one tomorrow. I made one on what it means to be a Nazi, because I'm sick of everybody calling me a fucking Nazi. I made a few other ones. Two of them got limited at the one about the flag burning. Oh, that's such a good one. I like that video a lot. But it got limited to no ad revenue. So yay, those videos are free. Enjoy. Check this out. The flag one, right? YouTube Shorts. YouTube picks the thumbnail automatically, right? You can't choose on Shorts. And it picked a thumbnail that violated their content policy. Like it's like the burning American flag. So it's like, just change it. Y'all picked it. If I could change it, I would. Fuck. Ha, the tooth. Yeah. Me, Mr. Jewy Jew, the Nazi. That's funny. You know who's really mad about them calling all of us Nazis? Actual fucking Nazis. Yeah. They're like, what the fuck, bro? You delegated us to be me. They see me and they're like, this guy's not a Nazi. He's a clown. What the hell? So we are going to get into it. I got several things planned, pulled up, ready to go. We're going to watch a few things. I'm trying to get my format right. If you have any suggestions for my show, shoot me a message or like a little thing on X. Let me provide my X to you, Twitter. Is X been acting weird for you? Like my stuff is spinning. Maybe that means am I banned? Is X not working right now? Is X working for you guys? Or is it not working? Is it being weird? No. Been acting weird today. Yeah, Grok was acting weird too. That's why I wasn't able to do my video, because I wasn't able to access Grok and I needed some information, because Grok is really good at providing like links to pictures and stuff that you might need. So if you're looking for a certain picture, just go ask Grok. Actually, we were talking about that with Ramsey over on the Discord. He was giving some tips on how to control Grok. Grok and ChatGPT, guys, they're very, very, very effective in helping you with your stuff. It doesn't matter whether you're telling ghost stories like Polly, or being a fucking clown like me, or whatever, or Matt Morse being like an actual news organization, I guess. ChatGPT and all that. Look, I made this right here. I made this in. You know how long it would take me to Photoshop this up and make that? And I know Photoshop pretty well too. You have any idea how long it would take to make that shit? Not 30 seconds it took me to make it with ChatGPT, I'll tell you that much. So we already have a few things pulled up. We're going to be doing a show. Oh, yeah. Speaking of show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. No kids in here. Don't worry. This stream is set on YouTube to be 18 plus. So if you're not 18, you shouldn't be in here. If you are under 18, get the fuck out. I don't want you in here. I say things and we talk about things, especially when we go over for the late show over on Rumble. We get like a little dark poly action happening. We don't need kids here, okay? Oh my God. If it was that simple to just say that and then they would leave, right? So I really appreciate it if you would thumbs up the stream. Like I said, we're live on Rumble and YouTube until later on. Then we will just be live on Rumble. That is my way of doing this to the people who keep trying to get everybody banned and reporting everybody. When's the last time I streamed any sort of like Tommy IRL stuff on YouTube? It's been honestly before Christmas. And so it's been like over a month. So we are doing it properly. I have cut ties with certain people. I don't know if anybody noticed. I'm not going to get into it. And it's not just one person either. It's several people that I ain't got time for their fucking bullshit and drama. Let me tell you guys, so you guys are all real smart guys, right? All of you. And I say guys, but Jesse, Amy, Polly, ladies, I mean you too. Chris, furry pets. Oh, furry pets. What's up? Pat Gaines. You guys are very smart, right? Look what you spend your time watching and doing, right? So you're really smart. So you have to understand that, and you probably already know this, but for the dumb people in the back, the trolls who are just watching, and lurkers, right? We call them the lurkers, right? If every time you communicate with someone, there's drama. If every time you have a relationship, it ends in bullshit. If every time you go to get a new job, 2 or 3 months later, you're looking for a job again. If every time you have any sort of dealings or communication or any sort of anything with other people, and there's drama, guess what, snowflake? The problem is you, not the other people. The problem is you. Hell, you know how you have evolved as a grown man? When you can look at yourself and say, you know what, sometimes the problem is me. Sometimes I put my own foot in my mouth. Sometimes I say the wrong thing and I have to apologize. I've apologized to a couple people in here before, like Polly and whatnot. I try to really, really think about what I'm going to say before I open my stupid fucking mouth and bullshit comes out that later on I regret. What's up, Ramsey? But for the most part, I try to treat everything. That's why I don't get really mad at the trolls, right? I try to treat Chatty boom batty, right, for real. You know, I try every time I open my mouth to make sure that I logically think about what I'm going to say. I don't want to insult anybody until they insult me first. I start out every time I interact with anybody, I start out liking them with a positive outlook for the future of our friendship or relationship. It is them. It is that person that takes it to a negative place if it goes there. It's not me. I want to be friends with you. However, I'm unlike other people. I will be your friend. I will be your BFF. I will help you with your channel. I'll help you with ChatGPT. I'll help you probably more than I fucking should. It's my fucking kryptonite, guys. I like to help people, and sometimes I should shut the fuck up and help myself, and I don't. One of the best things I ever did was and I just want to say this publicly, when I came up with the idea, you see Dean Teeter is in the chat. Dean Teeter's that guy that we got that computer from. And I just want to tell everybody real quick, and then we're going to get into the videos because I got a lot of stuff. The first video you're going to love. It's funny. I just want to tell everybody a real quick story just to set the record fucking straight once and for all. Before Christmas, I had wanted to, you know, I had been trying to get into these spaces and whatever, and that's where I met Dean Teeter. And he kept complaining and bitching about his sound and his mic. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm using an old cell phone combination with a tablet, and I'm running this space, and it's bullshit, you know." And I'm like, "What? I can barely hear you." He's like, "Is my mic on? Is it working? I can't." Fuck, dude. Jesus, man. Fuck. So I was on Best Buy and I was on Amazon. I was looking at deals because I'm a sucker for a fucking deal. Jews aren't really cheap. We're thrifty. If it's worth $5,000, here's my money. But if it's not worth $5, I'm not buying it. Thrifty, not cheap. So I was looking for a fucking deal, and I looked on Best Buy and I saw a laptop that was like a third of the price. It wasn't cheap, but it was cheap for what it was. And then I was just thinking to myself, I'm going to buy this for Dean. And then I thought about two other friends. We all know who they are. I'm not going to mention them because one, the other one, I haven't spoken to him in quite a while. He's been AFK, literally off the grid. And who am I to go track somebody down? If they want to be left alone, they're going to be, right? So I decided, I fucking decided. I decided. Now, how many times do I have to say this? I decided at that moment to include two other people. And I presented the situation to those people and they wanted to be a part of it. So I'm the one who collected the funds. I'm the one who made the purchases. I'm the one who coordinated with the FedEx and Best Buy and all this stuff. I'm the one who did that. I'm the one who made it happen. I don't want anything for it. I don't want any accolades. I just want it to be known that it was me. I don't want you to, you know, throw me a fucking pizza party. Well, you know what? Actually, it would be nice to have a pizza party. But I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I like helping people. But I own that shit. Like, oh, Polly said, that's funny. Polly, get out of my head. I own that shit. Hi, Kelly. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to discuss the drama, you know, and all the stuff. I did listen to the entire hour and whatever of Sparky. I'll say his name. I was very, very pleasantly surprised about what he said about me. So I appreciate the kind words. As far as the other stuff, you know, it's not my place. It's not my drama, and it's not my place to get involved in. I've cut ties with several people over this and other situations too. It's not just this. Don't think it's like I'm pointing my laser beams at one person or one like situation. No, it's several things across the board. I spoke to Tommy today. He's getting his new channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'm going to give him some good advice on how to set up long form videos where people can go watch and he can get monetized. And then he's got to put short little clips on there, and he cannot stream, like he can't stream himself saying what he says. He won't even get to be monetized at all. So, all right. Now that that's out of the way, I'm not going to mention it anymore. And I would like to ask you guys, look, maybe this is a little bit conceited, but I feel like I'm above all that. However, I would like to add you to my conceitedness. I believe that we are all better than that. I think that you, Polly, Amy, Jesse, Rebby, I could keep going for like the next 30 minutes. Dean Teeter, everybody, Kelly, Barry, every single name I see, you are all better than to give your energy and your time to that any sort of drama situation that doesn't affect your life. I worry about things that affect me only. If it doesn't affect me, don't really give a shit. Now, I say that while I stream other cities, but hey, United States of America. So Portland, Oregon, even though I live in Houston, Texas, that shit affects the fuck out of me. It really does. Let's get into the show. I love you for being here. Thank you so much for listening to me rant all that shit. We got 200 people. Sweet. Thumbs up the stream, please, if you don't mind. I'm going to be making way more videos and content. I hope you liked the shorts that I've made. I'm not going to be monetized for the one for the flag burning, but I had to make that one. I am like sitting here across the country watching and nothing because you're a good person. Rebby, Tony, thank you so much. You're so kind. You don't have to do that though. I love you, Rebby. Thank you so much. What's up, Prank? I'm all the way across the whole damn country, guys. And I see these group of people that are just so confused on what the American spirit and way of life is. But I remember a time when I was in the United States Army and the Texas Army National Guard. And I remember a specific group of people, soldiers, and if the flag touched the ground for a millisecond, they would lose their motherfucking minds. Oh, the flag touched the ground for one tiny little, oh my God, like you slapped their mom. And then I see these videos of these guys and these girls, these women lighting the flag on fire. Meanwhile, President Trump is in the office at the desk literally, you saw my video, literally saying, if you burn the flag, you go to jail for 1 year. So it's like a kid with punishments. You have to follow through with your punishment. You just, hi, Courtney. Hey, Courtney, what's up? 10 man, what's up? You have to follow through with your punishments. So I just don't understand how people are allowed to go out there and burn flags. I'm sorry I highlighted Richard. I'm not sorry. I feel bad for some of these people, but at the same time, you're at home. Sometimes you tune in, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you watch me on, during the week and you don't make it on the weekend show. Maybe you watch me tonight, but you're not going to watch me tomorrow. But these people go out like I always do this. You ready? What are you doing tomorrow? Going to the ice building. What are you going to do next week? Going to the ice building. Hey, it's going to be pouring down rain. What are you doing? I'm going to the ice building. What are you going to do 2 weeks? I'm going to the ice building. Dave and Amy, we missed your short. We like your shorts. Oh, thank you, Amy. It's so nice. You don't have to do that. That's so nice of you. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much for the super chats. It's just like, I just don't understand. Like every single, my birthday, your birthday, Jesus' birthday, their mama's birthday, their kid's birthday, every single day, they went out there on Christmas.
Visit Minnesota, a land of beauty, where more than 10,000 sparkling lakes reflect endless blue skies. Just as memorable as the scenery are the people who call Minnesota home. Minnesota.
Tony P, y'all are starting this off strong, man. Clyde, have a drink on me. Thank you so much, Tony P. Hey, Tony P is our resident knockout artist. If you fuck with me, I'm just gonna sick Tony on you, and then you got to deal with his. You're fucked in. Good luck.
Minnesotans embody a spirit of kindness and community that visitors feel instantly. If it's cultural diversity you're looking for, we have that too. From angry Somalis to angry lesbians, Minnesota has it all. But Minnesota is so much more. Enjoy winter sports, we have hockey and skiing, and bashing law enforcement SUVs with a metal pipe. Fun. Looking to go out in the evening for entertainment? Check out Minnesota's vibrant music scene. Or maybe an exciting fireworks show is more your speed. And of course, if you just want to spend hours practicing saying someone's name, you've come to the right place. What about the food? Shall we talk about the food? Okay, let's not talk about the food. But if it's cultural enrichment you're after, you can visit one of our world-class leering centers to leer even more about the fine state of Minnesota. So, if you've always wanted to visit Somalia, but are concerned it's too far away, come to Minnesota. Minnesota, because Somalia is too far away.
Well, that was brought to you by the world famous Babylon Bee. Please go subscribe to the Babylon Bee. You have to. You probably already are, actually. I'd be surprised if you weren't. All right. Now, our friends over at the liberal hive mind are back at it. Like I said, I have several things going on. We'll be on the lookout for Tommy. I already talked to him earlier, so we'll be on the lookout for him. But in the meantime,
The channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And of course, here's the meme of the day brought to you by 5mind.com. Every single time, it's always the same thing. These freaking leftoid soy boys, these white knight LARPers, these left-wing revolutionaries, and really in particular these males, I don't want to call them men, it's always the same thing with these guys. When they're typing on their keyboards, when they're LARPing in a crowd, they're tough guys. They're bashing the fat. Yet every single time when it comes down to it, the same exact thing is exposed. It's a frickin' LARP. As I used to always say, they go from big Shiba Inu, you know the Shiba Inu meme, the big muscles, that's them talking online on Reddit, furiously typing away at their keyboard. Ooh, MAGA chuds, you all better be careful, you MAGA chuds. You don't want a civil war against us. And then in real life, in reality, boy do they shrivel up like the little chodes that they really are. And that's exactly what we got on display here. Again, more Antifa frickin' LARPers harassing people in the streets.
Hi,
That is
Glenn.
until they picked
Welcome.
the wrong target to victimize. I gotta show you guys this clip. And not because I'm using it as a vessel to make some deep, insightful point, but rather just because it's funny and indicative of the phenomenon. Let me show you guys what's going on, and then we got some other stuff to get into. So let's go ahead and roll the tape. All right, folks. So we've got an Antifa super soldier out here on the streets, and here he is in all of his tough guy glory, identifying a real serial fascist threat on the streets. He's identified the MAGA fascist, a random middle-aged woman wearing a USA t-shirt. Yeah, it's pretty much the exact context you would expect from this situation. Take a look.
Why are you trying to block me? I'm trying to walk here.
I obey traffic signals.
You're a snarky little idiot. Shut the up.
Try some.
I'm not gonna punch you. I'm not like your husband. I'm not gonna punch you.
I'm not married.
I'm not like your boyfriend or your top boyfriend who's gonna f you out, so don't worry.
My husband died in 9/11.
Good for him. Good. Good.
That's your
Those
boyfriend.
NYPD were a bunch of sodomizing immigrants with their bully sticks.
You call my mama? Where you going? Why you running now?
Yeah, it instantly goes left for him as the woman in question calls on her sons, I guess in this case, her Giga Chad MAGA sons.
Hey, Daisy.
And all of a sudden, Mr. Antifa.
yeah, I'm scheduled to stream tomorrow, guys, but I have no idea what's going to happen. I live in Houston. We are not equipped for like 10 degrees and snow. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I got groceries already got delivered. All the bills are paid. I'm not leaving my house. And I have a house, so it's not like I have to deal with it like an apartment, and I'm on my own little grid. You know what I mean?
Super soldier shrivels up like the worm he is and starts running across the street in sheer terror.
That's
is
true,
it really
Polly.
surprising? No, of course it isn't. It's always the same thing with these little chicken shit. It's just so pathetic, you know, these people that are constantly lobbing threats our way. Here they are on TikTok constantly saying they're gonna kill us, they're gonna kill ICE agents, they want to fight a civil war.
Hey, could somebody go to Discord whenever I go live? And it's hard for me to open Discord because it kind of fucks my sound up. Could you just post in Discord in like the main chat that I'm live?
War against MAGA, you know, we're trying to discuss.
Because some people asked me to do that because they're not getting the notifications on YouTube. I don't. Maybe they should just go get me on Rumble and hit the bell notification on Rumble. It probably works better. We got 56 people over on Rumble. That's good. Hi, Rumble. Friendly Fire. Trump Girl. All you guys. Oh, Prank is over there. What's up, Prank?
Tax policy, and their response is, "You're a fascist and I will kill you." Their favorite line is bash the fash, but when push comes to shove, when they get a taste of reality, look at what happens. What an utterly pathetic display.
Hey, next week I'm going to do, probably maybe over the weekend, one of my next videos is going to be a deep dive, Ramsey, on the word fascism. I'm tired of this shit.
These people are all bark, no bite. They're freaking theater kids, like I always say. The whole thing's an act. It's these people who I guess have an axe to grind. You know, maybe they feel emasculated. Maybe they were emasculated in their high school days and they just haven't gotten over it. And so their entire life seems to revolve around compensating for that little point of insecurity. And the way they do it is by creating a political boogeyman. Oh, you MAGA fascists, you're the bullies, right?
Yeah, guys, Ramsey came into the Discord with me and I shared my screen and he watched me make the video for the burning of the flag. He literally watched me do the editing. It was probably boring as shit for him because I kept fucking up.
Right? And they're standing up to you. It's so freaking
Hey, like this stream, subscribe to my channel.
The same point. I don't know who you people think you're intimidating.
Don't be an asshole.
And that I think is probably the perfect segue to the next clip. Because again, this cavalry of freaking misfits on the streets, the freaking bad news bears on the streets, these ragtag
Ginger
crews
Shepherd, what's up?
of 90-pound males, 200-pound pink-haired females, and other gender non-conforming individuals, you guys aren't intimidating anyone. And the idea that you were gonna get in the way of ICE here and that they would start backing off and you were going to shut all these ICE operations down, it was never going to happen. Nobody is intimidated by your pathetic little antics. And yes, after...
Thank you for blowing your horn for my birthday. Inquiring Minds, you're very welcome. I hope you had a great birthday. I hope you ate some good food and had some good time with your friends and family. Thanks for the $10.
After everything that happened in Minnesota, after Democrats tried to manipulate the public on the Renee Good topic, as they've been going on and on trying to convince the people that they're justified in their actions, that ICE is the Gestapo and must be stopped, their intimidation tactics have not worked, and ICE is doubling down. No, in fact, they're taking it to the next level. ICE has been given the green light, it appears, to start cracking down on these internet tough guys, and I guess tough girls and tough gender non-conforming individuals.
Get back right now! Get your name! What's your name?
I mean, you have to understand, and I have to pause these videos a bunch of times because I'm going to be making, but by the way, I'm going to do kind of what, like, I'm going to copy Asmongold. I'm not Asmongold. I never will be Asmongold. I'm way more clean than Asmongold. Sorry, Asmon. He'll never watch this. But the point is that his format for my early show, I really like. The only thing he does that I'm not going to do is he scrolls through his Twitter and just randomly responds to that. I'm not there yet. But these videos and stuff, but to break up whatever, the copyright or whatever it is, to break up the video, you can't just restream someone else's content and call yourself a YouTuber and be mad you're not making money. You have to make your own. So I have to make these videos my own and give my own take on things, right? See what I did there? So these guys must be so sick of this shit. They're like, ICE aggression toward ICE agents has like 800% increased in the last like 2 years. Like these guys are public enemy number one when before they barely were even like looked at for anything. They're being attacked and run over, and then people are screaming like the worst obscenities at them that they can possibly think. It's just threatening their lives and their families. They've had the fuck enough. They have had enough. I'm sure that there's at least one, maybe a handful of cops that are on the Portland Police Department. And I know I talk shit a lot about the Portland PD, but I bet you there's a handful of cops there that every time they go out, they're just shaking. They can't fucking wait to handle this shit. They're just sitting there gripping their seats of their handlebars of their fucking bicycles. They can't fucking wait to do something about it, but their hands are tied. If they want a paycheck and they want to feed their family, they have to shut the fuck up and just ride around their stupid little bikes and do nothing while these fucking clowns burn my goddamn flag. I could be a Portland police officer for about 27 minutes. And then I'd go to jail in Portland. Tony P was up. Thank you, Tony. Yeah. That's good. Hi, everybody. Like the video, please. Share it. Yeah.
No one is scared of you, and certainly not these ICE officers.
Oh, Luis.
No, the new mandate
Thank you
is
so
no
much.
more playing games. And I think very soon these...
Yeah, the one... not so much about the Nazi one, but the one about the flag, it's limited with... No, I don't know if that actually means that YouTube is going to like not push it. So if you want to share that one, that would be amazing. If you... I want everybody... I tagged... all kinds of people in that one. I want that to get out there. Not for me, because I'm limited and no ad revenue, right? I just want, people need to see that. I want President Trump to see that video. Not for me, so he'll go put those fucking people in jail. 1 year in jail if you burn the flag. What the fuck happened to that?
fake leftist tough guys will realize it's a hopeless endeavor, and probably more likely as they simply install the new current thing chip in the back of their NPC brains. The moment the Democrats give them a new Blue Dragon, a new Twinkie on the stick, very soon they're going to move on to the next thing. I think they're going to start realizing very quickly that their pathetic little tough guy acts on the streets, their attempt to attack and assault and obstruct these ICE officers, it's not going to end well for them. And again, this is not to discourage protests. Do that, sure. You want to stand on the street and go on and on with your ignorant, schizophrenic ramblings? Sir, is the evil orange man in the room with us right now? You want to be an activist, a protester? Sure. But this LARP, these people LARPing as extremists on the streets, revolutionaries, this violence, these attacks on ICE, you will FAFO. This ain't you. I think it's time to start leaving these officers alone, allow them to continue in their very important work apprehending all of these illegal immigrant scumbags off the streets, these criminals, the worst of the worst, which are being apprehended, and frankly, any other illegal caught up. Leave them to their duty. Leave them alone, or you will find out real quick that you are not the person that you are pretending to be on the streets. And definitely leave the innocent mamas simply going about their way, going about their business alone. Stop harassing people, you absolute freaking bums. It's just fascinating, and really the most fascinating part is how it appears 50% of the public falls on these people's side. You know, you see like a bunch of freaking hippy dippy losers sitting on the floor in Target chanting some incoherent gobbledygook, and I feel like if you're a normal human being, you see that stuff and you go, what is wrong with these people? It's so fascinating how anybody supports this. These left-wing LARPers are the epitome of pathetic. They're pretending to be revolutionary warriors, while what they're really doing is harassing helpless women on the streets or taunting cops, usually behind a cell phone, poking the bear, hoping to get clawed in return so then they can go to social media and run for freaking online martyr points. Ooh, they love those social media cookies. It's just so pathetic. I'm sick of seeing these useless, unemployed losers causing chaos and mayhem on the streets for really no purpose. All of it usually motivated by some totally false premise. Please, my advice to all of you, get a job, get off the streets, do something else with your life before you end up securing a very unfortunate prize for yourself. It's all just so pathetic. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right. So we're getting things set up, guys. Here, I'm gonna put a couple streams up. I can't put the volume up till we go to a Rumble later. I probably could put the volume of these up. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll check them out. So the Somali situation. They're actually doing something about these things. This is crazy. Like I was started to watch this and I stopped.
But I did not do this, and I had not suicided. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect it.
What's up, guys? Spenny. If you're going to claim to be the victim after defrauding our nation of billions of dollars, maybe don't wear a $3,000 pair of glasses when you're doing it. That's what happened in this Somali press conference when this scumbag daycare owner lied and said that his daycare had been attacked and the robbers came in and stole only the employment and enrollment documents. That's it. Along with, of course, their checkbook. That's the only thing that was stolen. Nothing else was touched. That's what most thieves do, actually. It's stuff like this that actually ends up hurting your case. It doesn't make you more sympathetic. It makes you less sympathetic. The Somali population is the least sympathetic group of people I think that has ever existed. Americans are extremely fed up with press conferences like this.
Childcare is cut. I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand. Fraud is bad.
Look at hers. Oh, I'm sorry. I said the thing that I wasn't supposed to say. Fraud is bad. By the way, she says fraud is bad. She's unable. She'll be. I mean, like, how old is she? By the way, she's talking about her kids and how she needs our taxpayer dollars to send her to school. Yet she's, what is that? Like a 5-carat ring on her hand, $50,000 diamond ring on her hand. And she needs public funds to go to school for her child care. The end of this clip is just...
Hey, if it's frozen, just Pete, like you said, are you frozen? No, it's YouTube or you just reload, come back, leave, come back in, you know. Come to Portland and come get these commies. Momo in heaven, I would fear, honestly, like, for my own freedom's safety coming to Portland. I don't have the right temperament to go out there and have them get in my face and for me to just like go home afterwards.
Okay. She says fraud is bad.
I understand. Fraud is bad.
And then she has a panic attack on camera because fraud is so woven into the Somali community and culture that just her saying fraud is bad means she might get excommunicated or cut off from the benefits of the fraud, like that 5-carat diamond ring.
So why do we let large numbers of the same groups of people all migrate here together? I always thought that immigration was supposed to be like a personal thing with you and your family, not with you in like half the city where you live. Where we're all going to go, let's just find some place inconspicuous in the United States. How about Minneapolis, Minnesota? Fucking nobody else has lived there. We'll just go there and take the fuck over. Like, why do we let that happen? We're so worried, bent out of shape even. We're so worried about offending people. Hey, here at Climatics TV, we aren't afraid to tell you, fuck your feelings. And I love you, like and subscribe. I see that. Yeah, gotta do both. You gotta do both.
Don't worry. A bunch of overweight white libs are going to be there to comfort her. So they keep trotting people out to be sympathy cases or the next whatever, Jesse Smollett or George Floyd, and it just keeps backfiring. It's happened again today with this. The single most viral clip on my timeline is this young woman talking about what life is like as a Somali, saying being Somali is more than bananas and rice. It's a lot like banana.
Bananas and rice. Now I'm Jewish, so we have fucked up food too, like gefilte fish and like borscht, but bananas and rice? And like Mexicans have this is going to be a hot take. Some of you may not agree with me. I don't give a shit. I live in like a super huge Hispanic populated city. Elote is fucking trash. Mayonnaise, corn, and cheese. Get the fuck away from me. But bananas and rice? I'm gonna have to think about this banana and rice shit.
Bananas and rice. I kid you not. Here you go.
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh.
Hold on. Wait. I can't get over this bananas and rice shit. Is she talking about like plantains and rice? Or like soft ass monkey peel the fucking bananas like you get from the grocery, the banana? What the fuck? Bananas and rice? No, plantains. That's Cuban food. I was born in Miami. That's Cuban food. That's black beans and rice and plantains and all that stuff. That's completely different. That's actually edible, but bananas and rice is like you having a ketchup and peanut butter sandwich. Like, what the fuck is that combination?
You can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
Thank you, Lord, for giving us these people to make our point for us.
Tony, you can give her your banana if you. There's Rumble talk, but Tony, you can give the banana if you want. But hey, climatics will pass on this one. You know what? No, thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
I don't even have to say anything else. Look at the expression of her attorney in the background. You don't even need to hear it. Listen to the expression of the guy who's there to defend her. Look at this poor guy. He's like,
He does not eat bananas and rice. He might eat a banana and a rice, but there's like half of a pig in between that he eats.
I gotta check my retainer here. Look at this. This is the face. This is the face of Somalis in America. Bananas and rice. Well, we have been talking a lot about how inbreeding leads to low IQs. That's just a matter of genetic fact. Being Somali is like bananas rice. It's like bananas and rice. Okay. What is the internet saying about this clip? Why is she speaking like she's auditioning for the broke housewives of Mogadishu? Who the hell eats bananas with rice? Is there anything about Somali culture that isn't off-putting and weird? Nope. Importing the best and the brightest again.
Okay. Anybody know? Is there anything about the Somalian culture that's not fucking weird and goofy? Anything at all that's about them that they have? Is their food sucks, bananas and rice? Their women are ugly as shit. I'm sorry. Their men all look like the same dude from South Park, the starving whatever. They all look like him, and he's Ethiopian. He wasn't even so. I just insulted like an entire region of people. So they dress like they do. They're all about fraud. They scream. They can't. Did you know this? Now, Polly probably knows because she lives Polly lives in little Somalia. So, Somali soda is what they're calling it, right? Somaliapolis, right? Something like that. Hey, Saint Somali. Yeah. Saint Somali, that's where Polly lives. So, they don't have the ability to talk to you like I'm talking to you. Everything is screaming. You think they're mad, but they're just talking. They scream. So nothing about them is appealing. Why the fuck did we let like 80,000, 100,000 of them all move to the same place at the same time? What the fuck are we doing? Are we that concerned? Seriously, are you that concerned with offending people that you're willing to ship your country down the fucking sewer to... Yeah, I swear to God, next time somebody calls me a Nazi or a racist or a fascist, I'm just gonna take the path of just agreeing with whatever they call me. Yes, you're right, I am. Thank you. Because what do they have after that? You're a racist. Yes, I am. You're a Nazi. Oh, okay, sure. You're a fascist. Okay, you don't even know what that fucking means. So I can say yes because you know what it is? Is they've taken words like, and this I'm going to focus this on a video. They've taken words like fascist, Nazi, dictator, racist, and they've flushed the meaning down the fucking proverbial toilet. And so now in 2026, and it hasn't been this way for very long at all, but now in 2025 and 2026, calling someone any of those words, that just means that they don't agree with you. So, oh, you don't agree with me? You're a Nazi. Oh, you don't agree with me? You're a fascist. They have lost their fucking meanings. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you know who's really pissed off about them calling all of us Nazis? Actual fucking Nazis. Actual people who are fascist dictator. That I keep saying this over and over. Like it's like they're brain dead. If we were all Nazis, and if Donald Trump was a Hitler type, if he was a king, if he was the dictator, ruler that they think he is, this wouldn't be happening because they would all be dead and their heads would be on a fucking stick. You think a king would let his kingdom rise up and march through the streets against him? How long would that last? Oh, like 20 minutes? I mean, it's because they're bold. They stand there like it's no big deal burning the American flag because they haven't had any repercussions. It's like a kid that's out of fucking control. You know, they don't have any rules. They don't do any chores. They don't have anything that they do at the house. They have no time frame for anything. I just don't understand why we've become, and the Republicans too. And you know, a lot of you are like me, so I absolutely do not mean you when I say this, but there's so many weak motherfuckers walking around so scared to offend the next person. Fuck everyone, including myself. Fuck all of your feelings. Fuck my feelings. We're going to lose our fucking country. I don't give a shit about your feelings. I don't give a shit about my feelings. Fix the goddamn country. Why is that even? And they think in just a couple years from now in 2028 that they're going to produce a Gavin Newsom. He did so good in California. Now he's going to fuck up America like he did California. What? Who else do they have? What? Okay, let's go through the short list. Gavin, AOC, Bill and Hillary Clinton. I think they might be going to jail, actually. I can't believe I just said that. That's weird. They voted to like hold them in contempt or some shit. Who else we got? My girl Jasmine fucking Crockett and AOC. They have nobody. Who? Hakeem Jeffries? Who's going to run against J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio? Because let's be real, J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio. Who's going to run against that? And then J.D. Vance from 28 to 32, from 32 to 36. Then Marco from 36 to 40, from 40 to 44. And if I'm still the fuck alive in 2044, I am voting for Barron Trump. You motherfuckers, this is never, ever going away. It might not be him, but it's gonna be them. Forever. Dynasty, fuck you.
Definitely a Quality Leering Center graduate, Quality Leering Center valedictorian. While filing your taxes this year, just remember, this is who your taxes are going to. Oof, that one stings. Such a moving speech. Being Smalley isn't just eating bananas and rice. It's bananas and rice. Normally, an insurgency group would try and find the smart.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pause it again, but I am going to have nightmares tonight about fucking being forced to eat bananas and fucking rice. What the fuck?
Sounding among them to be their spokespeople. But this seems like the Smalleys have done just that. Being Smalley isn't just bananas and rice. It's bananas and rice. This is what happens when you inbreed. Just go check the United Nations statistics. Somalia has a huge inbreeding problem. That's
Sorry, I had to tell my kid.
Not a knock on Ilhan, Omar.
She's terrified, right?
Holy crap, this is unbearable. These people are stealing millions, billions of dollars from us. It's going to be sure to stock up on bananas and rice before the snowstorm hits. Importing people from a country with an average IQ in the mid-60s means that you brought in a bunch of retards. They aren't bananas and rice. I lost IQ points listening to this. Somalis are as American as bananas and rice. This is, of course,
Trina, thank you so much.
An individual being called.
Probably, yes, I think so. He's going live, yeah, maybe.
Ahmed.
I texted him.
She claims she was kidnapped and
waiting to hear back now
by ICE and called naughty words, and that they created this bruise in her head.
It's nice to
and there's no evidence of that at all because there are body cameras and because, well, we literally have footage on tape. So they're trying to create the Jesse Smollett, and it's going about as well as you'd assume.
Thank you.
Nasser Ahmed is the new Jesse Smollett.
And when I was in,
you gotta choose your heroes very carefully here, man. You know, it is on tape. What is on tape is Nasser Ahmed spitting on ICE agents. There, was she spitting bananas and rice? Boy, I don't know. Leftists,
I'm not going to get over this bananas and rice shit.
Or making up hoaxes. And Somalis are infamous for being dishonest scammers. Put those two things together, and there's no reason to believe that anything a Somali leftist says. This is what Matt Walsh told us this week when we asked him about Somalia. And why are there Somalis in America at all? Here you go.
That's what I just said. Yes. Like, I'm going to go and search out a Somalian cuisine restaurant in my city. I got to go there. Not Tina Kotex. Oh, that's my buddy. Hold on.
I did want to touch on one other element here, because all of these protests seem to be for a Somali population in Minneapolis that couldn't care less about left-wing activists. In fact, they probably hate Jennifer Welsh and her kind more than you or I do, right? They probably are so disgusted by her and so repulsed by egalitarian liberalism that more than we are even. And these people are out there literally putting their lives on the line, some of them losing their lives, ramming ICE agents in order to fight for a population of Somalis that, well, frankly, are incompatible with the West and truly hate them. Like, what is that? Can you break that down? Like, what is that pathology? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, it's hard to understand. I will say I take issue with one thing, which is that there's no way they're more disgusted by Jennifer Welsh than I am. I just don't. I will not cede that to anybody. Although they probably are disgusted. If they have eyes, then they're going to be disgusted. Yeah, it is. That's the part that we can't gloss over here. We have to always keep in mind. It's like, why is all this happening? Why are these leftists out in the street going crazy? And at the broadest level, it's because they're upset that our immigration laws are being enforced legally according to the book, which is crazy enough in and of itself. But then what's the catalyst for this particular flare-up, this blow-up? especially in Minneapolis? Well, as you said, it's in particular because Somali scam artists who are stealing hundreds of millions of dollars from these people in Minnesota because they are being deported. And yet they're out in the street screaming about it. It's a very, well, look, leftism is an ideology of destruction. It's an ideology of, it's not an ideology of building. That's why they want to, we say, well, they want to redefine womanhood. They don't want to redefine it. They just want to get rid of what the thing is and replace it with nothing. So, and this is all they talk about: deconstructing, destroying, dismantling is their favorite word. Why would dismantling be the favorite word, the slogan of a political movement? I mean, most of the time you want to claim you're building something, but for them it's just dismantle. They want to dismantle America. They want to dismantle the West.
Shout out to Matt Walsh. If you don't know who that is, how do you know who I am, but you don't know who Matt Walsh is? You know what I mean? Like,
dismantle the patriarchy, dismantle
silly.
the family, marriage, and all the rest of it. But this also applies to themselves. So it's an ideology of destruction and loathing and self-loathing. And so then when you think of it, it doesn't make sense that they're out there defending this population of people who obviously have a very poisonous and destructive effect on the United States. I mean, that's why they support them. It's for that reason.
Why are there hundreds of thousands of Somalis in America? Did any politician ask permission of the American people
Tony,
to bring in this specific population?
Trent, $2. Did anyone know what happened with Tommy's court case? Kind of worried?
No, they didn't. As much as we hear about
we'll get an update on that.
The left talking about democracy and the wonders of democracy. Well, yeah, I don't remember ever voting on this. I don't think that ever went up for a vote.
Big Ed in the house.
Where any politician, to your point, came to us and said, "Hey, what do you think?" Like, right? Hey, there's the that failed state in Africa, that war-torn, terrorism-plagued, failed state in Africa with an average.
Hey, if you're on YouTube, could you please give it a thumbs up? Smash the like button, as they say. If you want to share it too, that'd be awesome. If you're over on Rumble. I'm learning a little bit about Rumble. If you could also do the thumbs up, but there's another thing over there called repost. It's like a little pill thing with some arrows. It says repost. If you do that, that would be fire. That'd be great. We have 77 people over on Rumble. We're going to end up on Rumble. And I don't know when, but we'll end up on Rumble at some point tonight. It'll be kind of crazy. But if you wouldn't mind doing those things, as well as stay in touch with all the stuff that's going on by following me on X, because the first thing I do when I go live is I share it to X. I post a video, I post it to X. If your name is green, or blue, you're a mod, but if your name is green, that means you're a member. We have a private members only Discord to keep the trolls out. And Trina, thank you so much for reposting the video. So we're going to get into it. Here's Natina Kotek's worst case scenario. We'll just go with him. And this other one, this new one, Human Dilemma. Shout out to them. So we got a few more things to get into as far as the show goes that I have planned. It's a work in progress, guys. We've been live right now for 1 hour and 4 minutes. If you've been here before and you've seen my streams plenty of times, I go for like 6-7 hours. Yeah, that's what she said, right?
IQ of 68. What do you think if we just start importing those people by the boatload into this country? What do you guys think? Are you yay or nay? I don't remember that ever happening, and I think that if we had gotten a say or a vote or even a discussion, almost every normal American would say, well, obviously not. It's what's in it for us? I mean, this is America first. This is what America first.
If you don't have a little mini fridge in your office, it was not expensive. It was super simple. There was no setup. I just plugged it in. It was like a little bit over $100. Fridge. It holds like 30 cans. I don't drink alcohol, but I drink way too many energy drinks. And I don't know if you can die from drinking too much coffee, but I want you to know, if they find me dead someday, it's going to be because I drank too much coffee. Because I don't do anything else that would like harm me. So, actually, this drama shit, all you guys drama shit, that might fucking kill me before this shit.
Means it's the same thing that every other country they do this kind of.
I just want to make video.
Only here is it some sort of controversy where Okay, if we're going to do something as a country, then as America,
Griffey,
then
what's
it
up,
should
Hope?
first and foremost benefit Americans. If it benefits other people too, then great. But it should first and foremost benefit Americans. So before we do anything,
Griffey, Shane
the first
on
question
ooh,
should be,
ooh, woo.
what is
What's
in
up,
it
Shane?
for Americans? How do Americans benefit? And if the answer is they don't, if the answer is, well, it doesn't really benefit them, but it's great for the Somalis, well, then we shouldn't do it. And
That's a fact, Jack, Matt Walsh, and Benny, two of my favorite people. I would be honored to like meet either one of these guys, and like I look, guys, look. The most important thing in life, in my opinion, is you have to always make sure that you're sitting at the right table. I had a conversation today about with someone. Sorry, why are you sorry, Dean? What the hell did you do? It didn't matter, dude. You know, there's nothing that you could have done that you would have had to apologize for. But you know, you have to make sure you're sitting at the right table. And I have an end game here, and so I'm just trying to update the table I'm sitting at. Whoa, what was that? Oh. Am I live on Twitter? Wait, what? Oh, I guess it just popped up because it's... Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I see. I thought I was live on Twitch, but I guess I'm not. That's good. I'm glad I'm not stupid. Jeez, for a second I was like really worried that I did fucked up. Shane, you're not a girl. Oh, Silver Cat. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's cool. Okay, check this out.
Agents executed and arrest warrants.
Hold on.
Today is an amazing day. FBI agents executed an arrest warrant in Minnesota. Woke Rasputin has fucked around, and now he has found out.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong, and I protested these white supremacists.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people.
I'm just going to assume, I'm not going to give you any context here, because I'm going to assume that you all have already seen this, right? That when they went into the Don Lemon and all that shit, when they went into the church and interrupted people. The fuck are you going to interrupt people like at church for? The fuck is wrong with you?
Attack on humanity. You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, living real comfortable while the people starve. You want to come and give me charges? So be it.
You want to come get me? You want to come get me? Well, they got him. Inject this into my fucking veins. BLM activist and Minnesota church terrorizer Nakima Armstrong perp walked and arrested by the Trump DOJ. She is one of the orchestrators. And here's Don Lemon interviewing this bitch.
Tell us why you're doing this.
This is Operation Pull Out, more of a clandestine operation. We show up some...
Operation Pull Out, more of a clandestine operation?
They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now.
Self-report. Oh, man. What a self-report.
Demanding justice.
Isn't it crazy how they just go out and say this shit? They don't even try to hide it. We didn't see this one. Oh man, bitch. That's just too bad.
We'll bring her in. She'll stand off to the side.
Ooh. Got him. Got him, bro. When the ICE is more diverse than the protesters? Yeah, everybody knows that. Two handcuffs? They gave her two handcuffs. Where y'all see that? Damn, bro, like, you're really in that kind of a situation. I mean, like, really, if you need 2 levels of handcuffs because you're in that, like, I mean, that's bad.
You know how much food you have? You know how much bananas and fucking rice you gotta eat for them to have to use 2 handcuffs on your big wide ass? Because one pair of handcuffs, you can't put your hands behind your back because your big fat ass. You wear like a size like 22 underwears. You know how much bananas and rice your fat ass got to eat to maintain that size? I am never gonna get over this bananas and rice bullshit. That's the first time in my life I've ever heard that. Bananas and what the fuck? What you eating over there? Peanut butter and ketchup sandwich. It's good. Just trust me. Would you putting jelly on your pizza? It's like the weirdest combinations you could think of. You know what I'm saying? Ranch dressing on your ice cream. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh no. They interviewed the woman that just got arrested.
And I do want to correct something that was said in the beginning. We did not rush into that church. We actually went and sat down and participated in the service.
This is before she got arrested.
So I want to clarify that. We didn't rush in. We didn't bust in. We were a part of the service until
you were part of the service?
Got up and posed that
That's exactly what they did. Bust in. What the fuck? But these people are so goofy. Like, it's like they're playing like the Jedi mind trick. Nothing happened here. You didn't see anything. It was all a figment of your imagination. Woo. Woo.
question to the pastor.
All right.
I think we're stupid.
You pose the question.
Not going to just.
Rebbe, Polly, they think you're Luis. They think you're fucking stupid. Fiona Freedom, sucker punch. Everybody. They think you're fucking stupid.
Dispute your saying what happened.
Oh my God!
I'm merely describing how CNN is describing it. I obviously wasn't in the room. And obviously, the way you lay it out
looks like she's lying.
They don't expect us to come there, and then we disrupt business as usual.
Crazy. All right. Now, 2 hours ago, 7,000 views already. Jeez, dude. My homie T-Sply, even though he didn't raid me when he was live, that's fine. I'll get over it someday. Shout out to T-Sply. He does a good job, and I'm really happy that he's streaming in the morning and not streaming exactly at the same time as I'm streaming. If you notice, he's like streaming on the exact opposite end of the day from me. I actually watch his. You know who watches T-Sply's stream every single day? My parents, who are in their 80s, 70s and 80s. They watch T. They're actually the ones that introduced me to T-Sply. I didn't really know who he was. My mom's like, you gotta watch this guy. His name is T-S. I don't know how to say it. It's T-S-P-L-Y. I don't know. Hey, fun fact. Did you know that stands for The Supply Guy? Fun T-Sply lore. Hey, you know you've made it when you got your own fucking lore.
For a major rally and a march here downtown as part of a statewide shutdown that they're calling a day of
T-Spy
truth
is
and freedom
leered.
with no work, no school, and no shopping.
Okay, as many of you are.
Hey, you will see me and T-Sply's chat quite a bit. Not every time, because I do have another job that I do, but you'll see me and T-Sply's chat a lot, and you'll know it's me because my name is Blue, because I'm a fucking mod, and he's a mod in my chat, so. I'm waiting for Jay. The moment JD Delay comes in here, I'm going to make him a mod so he feels uncomfortable. I'm going to fuck with him so he knows I'm cool. You know, it's like playing the dozens. A guy like that, everybody wants to be his friend, so you got to kind of be his, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, like, let him know that you're cool, like, right, like, immediately. In wrestling, you just, like, punch the guy. I know somebody. There's a wrestler called Masada, M-A-S-A-D-A, Masada. Masada will do stupid, crazy shit. He'll put like barbecue skewer sticks, and he like almost like chopsticks, and he sharpens the end, and he puts like 30 of them right there in your forehead, and he actually sticks them into your skin. Like he actually sticks them into you, and then he hits you in the face with a steel chair. He said hi to me by hitting me. He like slant like right in the chest, like a hammer and a chop. He beat the fuck out of me the moment we met for the first time ever, because that's how he said hi to a fellow like wrestler guy. You know what I mean? Fucking off topic, but fucking weird, right?
Where there has been a lot
I want
of
to chop T-Sply. He'd probably have a stroke.
Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Yeah, I want to chop T-Sply, but I think he'd probably have a stroke. But then I saw like a clip of him and his army buddies doing some wrestling moves, so maybe he'd be okay, but he might also kill me. So I don't want to be responsible for like killing T-Sply. You know what I mean? What happened to T-Sply? Climatics, chopped the shit out of him. Had a stroke.
Well, today is the day
I'm
of
losing a
truth
lot
and
of viewers.
freedom
What
for
the
the
fuck is
cities of
happening?
St. Paul and Minneapolis, and we
Don't
are
leave.
seeing protests around the cities. For example, this is a protest outside of the Minneapolis airport.
Don't leave. Damn, 246. I lost like 50 viewers. What happened? What happened? Polly, did I say something fucked up or something? What happened? I lost like 50 viewers just now in like one swoop.
Now, unfortunately, this also happened.
That's
on
okay. It
Wednesday.
fluctuates. It's fine. I'm not. I just looked up at the number changed. Maybe it was just like a
Now, just to
lag.
give credit to Cam Higbee, he's the one who captured this. That's his X account, and he
Oh,
also has
shout
a
out to
YouTube
Cam. What's up,
account if you
Cam?
want to go subscribe to him. Now, according to journalist Cam Higbee,
Okay.
he says federal agents deployed tear gas in Minneapolis following a standoff and a crashed car. Protesters picked up the gas canister
Oh, that's true.
and they threw it at the vehicle. More agents arrived shortly after. Now, speaking of gas canisters, there's been a lot of pushback
cold.
against
Is it
Chief
getting cold
Bovino
yet?
and his use of tear gas or means to push back protesters if the protesters cross that line. Check out this interview.
At one point today, I looked up, I saw it playing on 3 different cable news channels of you personally throwing a tear gas canister. Take a look.
Gas on film! Gas on film!
Oh, that is him.
Gas on film, Bovino! Gas on film!
So real quick, you might find this interesting. The video you just saw of Chief Bovino throwing that tear gas, that same day this happened. Court lifts restrictions on immigration officers'
So,
tactics
we still-
in Minnesota. Now, why is that relevant?
Jewish
Well,
pimp.
it's for
That's
your
me.
benefit to understand. At one point, there was a court order to restrict or to
Who's
limit
raw? What's
how
raw?
Homeland
I don't know what that
Security
is.
agents could defend themselves. But that got lifted, and the reason why it got lifted is because it's already against the law to use tear gas against peaceful protesters, but also to limit Homeland Security to defend themselves if protesters cross that line. That is also crossing the line from the courts to limit or tell Homeland Security how they can defend themselves when they already have policies and rules put in place. But
Oh,
here's
raw
why
tactics.
Chief Bovino
Oh.
actually used that tear gas that
Is that
day.
on
JD Vance, the vice president, said
YouTube?
He said it very well. If you look at that clip, what you see directly behind me are Border Patrol agents that had just been
Or is that
assaulted.
on
One of them
X,
was
right?
spit
On X?
As that individual that spit on a Border Patrol agent was taken into custody, several other
On X.
suspects came in and tried to intervene physically, both body checking Border Patrol agents.
Oh,
as
Josh.
well as
Oh, yeah, okay,
physically
okay. That's why it was like,
wrestling
what?
with Border Patrol agents to try to free the original suspect that spit.
So you can leave your comments down below how you feel about this, and I'm sure many of you can recall over in Chicago, this same thing pretty much happened, and Chief Bovino had to report to a judge every single day and talk about times where tear gas was used or pepper balls was used. That is just not what the job of a judge is to do, according to both of these appeals courts, where it's the job of Homeland Security to make sure their policies are put into place. Now, this doesn't mean that Homeland Security can just do whatever they want and toss tear gas left and right. Again, there are proper protocols and policies, and as far as this situation, Chief Bovino is noting that there are people quite literally in the background tackling or dealing with somebody who spit on them, and then this entire situation got pretty chaotic in general.
That, with a chaotic situation, objects being thrown, agents being boxed in by vehicles, it was time, it was probably past the time for myself to deploy that less lethal munition.
Yep.
And that term less
It's
lethal
only 27 here.
is, just for that, less lethal. If we didn't have less lethal, what would we be left with? I think that's a question that a lot of these media, and they seem to leave that out. Do they want fisticuffs and guns? Or do we want to use less lethal to keep people safe, to keep our officers safe? And that's what we did in that particular instance. And guess what? It worked.
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about this. Again, I always do my best to give you guys all the perspectives, all the talking points, so you understand what's going on. Now, if you're unaware, I also go live every morning if you're new here, and we cover stuff like this in detail and in real time. So make sure to please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications, make sure to please like the video. It helps out a lot.
Yeah. After you go to YouTube and Rumble, after you go subscribe and follow my account, please go and subscribe to T-Sply. He's almost at, like, he needs my help, right? He's got 585,000 subscribers. When I met him, he had 550 something. So he's gained like 30,000 subscribers. And when I met him, I had like 15,000 less too. So we both gained a lot.
And I don't want you guys to miss a thing. Now, let's continue. So today, during a press conference in St. Paul, this is what Homeland Security was reporting. Again, this is on the day of these protests.
Moments ago, a group of agitators, a U-Haul van filled with shields. Oh, it's not coming up. All right. Shields and gear decided to come over here to the Whipple building.
Carol, hold on a second. Wait. Did you mean to type 38 below zero? Are we sure that is that even possible? Are you serious? No, I didn't. I don't want to put him on the spot. But hold on a second. Wait. 38 below zero? What the fuck? Wait, what? You can't tell me that that's possible. Carol, where do you live? What, 38 below fucking zero? What? Oh, what the fuck, yo? I was in St. John's Bay, Canada once, and it was like minus 22. What in the fuck? It was so good Lord, it was so cold. Oh my God, I didn't think I was ever going to see my nuts again. It was so fucking cold.
And block traffic. They are trying to currently to impede us from getting out of the building and going and do our mission. I'll tell you right now.
-4.
Because no matter what they put up in front of us, we are here to do a job to protect this community, to protect Minnesotans.
-4. I'd die. I would be dead.
Aliens off the street.
I would be dead.
And put them where they belong, back into detention, and remove them from this country.
So there's that photo during the press conference. And to my knowledge, I think this is the first time we've seen the use of like shields or blockade type tactics for these protesters who want to possibly cross that line. So I did some research.
I am in Canada, northern part.
Videos.
So Greg in the house. No,
Okay,
it's
so
64 degrees.
About this again, this is in the location
I showed you.
of the
Look, I'll
Whipple
show you.
building, which is that federal building you oftentimes see protesters yelling at like federal agents who are leaving a federal building. That would be this location. Now,
I'm wearing
I know
shorts.
We can actually cross-reference to see if there's any accuracy within the statements from ICE. Here is a picture of ICE out on a piece of metal. So as you can see in the ICE press conference, here's that image we were shown. It says ICE out on that piece of metal, the same piece of metal we just saw in that video. So I just like to cross-reference everything for you guys to make sure there is accuracy in the statements. So I hope you guys can leave your comments down below. Let me know how you feel about that. Now, speaking of accuracy, it looks like Chief Bovino has not been too happy with how the reporting is going down in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Check this out.
1,000 plus lost children that were trafficked across that border. Now, when we've got the news media talking about children, I'd certainly love to hear more reporting on the 300,000 lost children. How about the 14 that we recovered at that pot farm a few months ago in Camarillo, California? The 14 lost children trafficked across the border that were found working illegally.
See, hold on a second. See, he just said at the pot farm. I got a hot take about marijuana. You want to hear it? Just real quick. It has nothing to do with recreational usage or what I want or what you want. I'm being serious. I know. It's like a stigma. Oh, you just want to get high. Listen, we're not talking about Snoop Dogg. We're talking about it would hurt the cartels so bad for the federal legalization of marijuana to go through in the United States. They use marijuana as an act of subterfuge to do other shit. Look, at the pot farms, they had kids there. Like stolen kids at the pot farm you got to regulate that. Oh my God. So,
pot farm in California. Very little reporting from the Minneapolis news media here. I didn't really hear much from you guys. And then some.
And just to give you some context, I'm sure you guys have been seeing there's a huge back and forth narrative between like the 5-year-old. What happened with that 5-year-old as far as did Homeland Security try to use the 5-year-old to get the parents of the 5-year-old, or did Homeland Security actually say
Prank, you can say whatever you want in the chat. I have no control over that, but I can't say what I want. So that's how that works.
That 5-year-old in order to protect him because he's just a child. That's what's happening. It's going on back and forth right now. I'm sure you guys are seeing it in the news. And if you are not, again, I go live every morning and we're going to be covering that topic.
Some of the more heinous crimes against children that are trafficked across the border that ICE and Border Patrol saw daily back when that border was out of control over those past 4 years. I'll detail one for you, folks, that's truly heinous. Border Patrol agents there in the El Centro sector encountered a young child, was approximately 3 years of age. The child appeared to be not with his parents, with strangers.
Wow.
Agents managed to wake the child up after doing what is known as a sternum rub, which is a technique to wake someone up that may be induced by. As the child woke up, we understood the child's parents were not with him, and medical examination saw that this child had non-surgical sutures in his abdomen. Let me say that again. Non-surgical sutures in the child's abdomen.
I'm going to be completely honest with you.
What?
I'm always very reluctant to play clips like this. It's some of the most heinous things you hear, but it's the reality of the situation. And Chief Bovino, Border Patrol, they deal with this every single day. And obviously, you know, the news reporting, you're not going to hear about this unless you really look for it. So I try to do my best to show you guys things that sometimes is probably very hard for us to hear. But this is like the narrative battle right now in Minneapolis and really the entire United States, as far as how does Homeland Security deal with children? This has always been a hot button topic. As many of you are aware, Tom Homan has always famously said, we don't separate the families, we bring them together. If they all get deported together, they get deported. If they get to stay in the country, they get to stay in the country. But this is Chief Bovino highlighting his distaste or dislike against the media who is not covering stuff like this. And again, for me personally, this is very hard to cover and even talk about or listen to, but this is the reality of the situation. We cannot play into our emotions sometimes because we don't want to hear something. It doesn't mean it's not happening. And that's just the truth of the situation here.
He was being trafficked across the border in that condition. That's not an isolated event with the U.S. Border Patrol or ICE. We saw that many, many times. Drug children.
Hey, Paul, pause. What's up? $5. I live very close to that pot farm bust. The same week, a massive child trafficking and prostitution ring was busted as well. See, that's what I'm saying. That Paul, thank you for proving my point. That's exactly what I'm saying. They're using the idea that marijuana is it's so ridiculous that it's illegal to begin with. See, in Texas, we have this thing in Texas called Dan Patrick. And this thing called Dan Patrick here in Texas, he takes money from big alcohol companies and then goes on national TV and tells you that marijuana is a dangerous drug. And we have the only governor in a wheelchair. We have the largest border with Mexico. This should have been the first state to legalize it. I just don't understand why they're not they're thinking from a social, we don't want it smelling like weed everywhere. I don't want it smelling like cigarettes everywhere, but you don't see me calling for a ban of that shit. I think cigarette smoke is way more nasty to be around than weed smoke. My opinion, maybe. I guess it's a hot take opinion, but I don't care about that. I care about the country. It's so beneficial. And you take that, you just, if Trump were to do that nationally, like I know he rescheduled it, but that's only good for the corporations and the companies. That doesn't do anything for the average person. It's still very illegal where I live. But like, they're so worried about the social aspect of it. There's so many good things that would come from doing that have nothing to do with that, like the cartel. Like you just said, there's like children at these fucking pot farms. What the fuck are we doing?
Coming across the border, and guess what? Other than a couple of news outlets, I believe News Nation and Fox reported, nobody else would. Nothing on a child with non-surgical sutures in his abdomen, and nobody knows why.
Okay, so like I always ask, please pray for these children. Please pray for the peace of this country. And
Techno Glitch, yep, he is.
Man,
He's a piece of
that was
shit.
hard. I personally don't like to hear that at all. Again, I think the majority of you also don't like to hear this, but this has always been a back and forth as far as what is the truth, what is not the truth. And I think a lot of us are just simply trying to search for answers and know what is.
Polly, that's two different smells though, right? I mean, it's the same thing. Like I don't like some sort of, it's like food. I don't like the smell of shit. I don't like the smell of a lot of things. I don't like there's a place here called Pasadena, effectively known as Stinkadena, because it's got all the like refineries there, and the whole place smells like sulfur. Who cares? I'll take a little smell in the city. I will. I'll take a little smell if that means children aren't being fucking trafficked.
Is happening, and that's what I'm trying to do here.
I'm
Just
losing a
look
lot.
at all the sides, bring it together. And again, it is very hard to find stories like that. You really have to dig deep for it. So again, leave your comments down below how you feel about this. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or as much as you could enjoy it. Again, my job here is to try and see what is actually going on the ground, cross-reference everything, whether from Homeland Security or from protester groups or activists. And I was already waiting to see what would happen. We were covering this topic like a week ago. Is there going to be this mass protest in the area?
Glitch, you must
and we
live
are
in
seeing
Houston.
protests in St. Paul and Minneapolis. Now, as I make this video, it is
Frank.
very cold in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
You're not
And
wrong.
As we know, bad weather sometimes can affect protesters or advocates who want to get out there and
what's the
protest
temperature
against
in
Homeland
Portland?
Security, but oftentimes it's not like the biggest deterrent. But right now, with the weather being as low as it is, I am very curious what's going to happen tonight. And again, as far as the protesters with like those shields and stuff like that,
Tommy
to my
just went
knowledge,
live.
There hasn't really been any
Stand
sort
by,
of
everybody.
clashes with that particular group of protesters.
Tommy is
or
live.
Nothing like that. Again, those are just images we're currently seeing, but I don't.
I know
what's
you
gonna
were
happen
typing
tonight.
it, but I beat
Tonight,
you
it's
to
gonna
it.
Be very cold. And as
Hey, I know you were typing it. I beat you to it. Tommy's live. Just stand by. We're gonna go to Rumble in just a few minutes. That's an appropriate show length. I have more planned, but it looks like we got some activity here. So do a poll on what, Dean? Dean, you tell me what to do, poll, then I will.
Make this video. It's going to be tonight in like 5 hours. So again, make sure to please subscribe to my channel. Make sure to please like the video. I don't want you guys to miss the live streams because that's where we get a lot of the details really nailed down, and we can all work together to figure out what's going on. So I hope I was as fair as possible for you guys, and I really appreciate everything.
Hey, shout out to T-Sply. I love that guy. He's so cool. Seriously, I know I talk shit a lot, but that's what I do with my friends, right? I like T-Sply. He's such a good dude. You know what? I'm going to dox him real quick. A few things. You know what T-Sply loves? And none of this is fucking amazing. This is what I strive to be. Look, I'm being serious. You know what T-Sply likes? Making videos. Jesus and his family. How could you not like a guy like that? He don't. As far as I know, he don't do anything bad. He don't have any you never see him talking drama or posting about anything. He makes his videos, he goes to church, and he takes care of his family. That's the kind of table I want to sit at. That's the kind of person I want to be friends with. I am not interested in non-stop constant drama. Yeah, it is a show. But eventually the fucking show ends, motherfucker. But not right now. Right now, the show is just beginning. Should we show his chat? I could show his chat. All right. So we'll make these bigger. If only it was that easy, huh, ladies? It'd just be like a Stretch Armstrong. Wouldn't you like that if you could just you know what? That's Rumble talk. Okay, how about that? I like that. I think that's pretty good. Wait, let me maybe bring this here, make it a little bit bigger. Right there. Bring this here. Move this here. Okay. Now, I'm going to share with you the actual link to my stream on Rumble. And I'm going to pin the link Okay, here we go. We are going to Rumble for the late show. I'm sorry. I have to. I want you to know something. Had I not done what I did, I might not have a fucking channel right now. I feel like, and I have to stroke my own ego a little bit for it. I feel like making this into a show and doing like what we're doing is shutting off the YouTube and just going to Rumble for the after hours was probably one of the smartest moves I've ever completed in my life. I think that was so smart. It was very, very good idea to do that. Okay. It really, really was. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube. It's time for the adult part of the evening. We're going to go to Rumble. The link is pinned. It's Climatics TV on Rumble. If you have trouble finding us, all you got to do is ask somebody in the chat and they will help you. The link is pinned. You don't have to go to my channel and then find the live. All you got to do is click the link. Thank you so much. Like the stream, subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. I'm making daily videos now. I love you guys. See you over on Rumble in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops, 1. Good night, YouTube. Just a man behind the fucking camera.